I actually just wanted to take this opportunity to thank YouTube and sort of the um, innovation in internet technology to actually provide a medium for us to discuss a lot of different things related to issues and solutions that we have. Um, I just actually got some news today. I've been following sort of how the Canadian justice system works for black mothers, good black mothers. And I've been following this one case where, for example, this black male was executed. Executions are not allowed in Canada. And, sorry, that was some fly or something. Anyways, just got some news that a decision was made um, in this case that had to do with this black male in Toronto who actually was killed. And how he was killed was a light-skinned black male went up to this dark-skinned black male, shot him in the back of the head. And his accomplice was actually another dark-skinned black male who was basically on the lookout and part of the conspiring of this situation to murder somebody. Now, when we hear about situations in the United States, we say, oh my God, everybody comes together and, people march. But you know what? There's no marching, there's no collaboration around policy change. I got the news that the accomplice actually will be out in, I think, a year or something. And while I was sitting in this case, it's been going on for years. I think it's like 3 years or something now. And I thought to myself, like, where the fuck is even the respect for the mother? This was actually a black mother, a single mother, working hard and stuff. And, I didn't really know at times what to say because I was just feeling, and sort of observing what was going on. And I was listening to, different presentations and how different discourses and theories and sort of these things were being unfolded. And, I took my notes in the courts and stuff. And, I was just like, okay, when you become a professor to teach, about law and stuff, what is happening, you know, outside of the fucking lecture hall, right? So, I actually sat in these court sessions to see, okay, this is how this shit works, right? And you know what? It doesn't work for black women. Um, I noticed that, for example, like I've been sitting in different situations, and there was a black woman, for example, who was who the something called the mental health system came into contact with her. She doesn't even know how this thing even connected with her. And so what they did was they actually separated her from her child as well. They reclassified her as somebody who has a medical prognosis, let's say, and completely dehumanized this woman. She's a very peaceful woman, funny as fucking hell. And you know what? Not one person even in this fucking system said, you know what the fuck are you guys doing? She's actually a very talented person. We're going to give her $100,000, and we're going to give her an opportunity to connect to economic innovation. This woman is funny as hell. She can actually get the whole world fucking laughing, and she can actually raise the profile of the demographic that she's in as well. But they haven't done that for the black female. For the black male, this is what they did. This element in the black community, I don't know what these things are, okay? But they seem to come from this lineage that thinks it's funny to, kill black babies. And, you know, these guys just got together and said, oh, okay, let's, kill this child. It's a black child you're killing. Now, you should see how some of these idiots act in fucking, what they call the urban heartland of the global economic north. This stuff, there's just so much bullshit, it's not even funny. So, anyways, the decision was that this guy killed someone. So he killed a baby, black baby. And what he did was they said, okay, you can go to school, you can get your education paid for, you can still get food, and, that's the social norms that we're setting. So, what you do when you hear situations like this is, share the information. And for those of you internationally that are international, that are watching this stuff, you know, um, when people from the north want to come into your areas and give you this new model of, let's say, democracy or a new model of civil, take a look at what's happening back home in their countries. And you know what? Take situations like this. Within the black community, it's okay to marginalize a good black female who is working on improving her economic mobility. But it's not okay to take responsibility for this element in the black community that thinks it's okay to just go around and kill black babies. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. And, I just wanted to actually take this time to thank YouTube, Blog Talk Radio, and just the internet technology to actually get stories out there. Because you know what? As I sat in some of these hearings, there was no media there. There was, you know, no acknowledgement of anything. I mean, I can't even go somewhere and say, okay, you know what, let me go online and read about all the cases that are happening today so that I can schedule this stuff into my schedule and show up and, just sit and listen to what's happening, see how technicals are being practiced. So I'm not even sure what to call this video, but I think it's more or less an analysis of sort of the Canadian justice system. It doesn't work for black women, and as a matter of fact, it's really interesting to even see this because, I've looked into some stuff around what happened to the Canadian Aboriginal community. There was a Caucasian girl that was actually killed in Toronto, downtown Toronto, and they brought in new legislation and whatever else they did. There was, for example, what was the other situation? Oh, that I read. Some Caucasian woman decided it was funny to just go and kill her husband. It's a Caucasian world stuff. Go and kill her husband, and then this new law came in to say, okay, people who do stuff like that are mentally disturbed. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's pretty fucking ignorant, because when you look at, for example, the racialization of black women who are marginalized into something called medicalization, this is where this stuff comes from. They're using actually Caucasian standards to, address non-Caucasian realities. So, I just wanted to share these thoughts right now because, sitting in this case, I, listened to the mother. I saw the anguish of the mother. I even felt disgusted. I was just, I don't even know how to express the right words, but let me tell you something. I certainly did feel, and I was like, something is fucking wrong here. And you know what? For the media that showed up, they were so fucking disrespectful, it wasn't even funny. They just basically showed up, and again, it was all the same race. And I looked at these dynamics, and I said, you know what? You don't even have, people like ourselves even processing some of these cases. You don't even have a fucking Aboriginal judge. What the fuck is that? Right? Everything is Caucasian. And this is in fucking Ontario, Canada. If you treat blacks like this in Ontario, Canada, how the fuck do they even treat blacks in fucking Nova Scotia? I just wanted to thank YouTube and thank Blog Talk Radio and all these other ways to sample different types of media to get a message out there. Um, you know, I don't even know who'll be watching this video, but let me tell you something. One of the most painful things is to actually see Caucasian families walking around with their children, single Caucasian people, with their children. You even have white trash, like, couples. Drugs, alcohol, fucking crack cocaine, dirty, dirty hygiene, everything, with their children. And you know what? I don't understand this. Like, something is wrong here. So, you know, um, people watching these videos, you gotta, I don't know. I really don't know what to think. I mean, you know, I can certainly tell you that when you hear a woman cry um, over the loss of her child, it's not a nice thing. And when you actually have a social system that says, yeah, it's okay, go after the fucking niggers, kill all their fucking babies, and have all the fucking black males socialized so that they reproduce with the thing that isn't even a part of them. That is a fucked up system. And for those of you that, you come in with your stupid, I don't know, fucking philosophies around blindness and stuff, you know what, go look into fucking genetics. Look into, like, stuff related even to spirit. Some people, they need fucking drugs or whatever to feel the spirit. I don't know what spirit that fucking thing is, but you know what? We don't need to do that. We don't even need your fucking drugs, nothing. you know. But where I am in this demographic, it's very disgusting to actually see how so many people from the black community are fucked over. And you know what? It's almost like they're afraid. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't even think like a lot of them were. And I'm not generalizing, but when you talk to people over and over again, it's like, oh, there's nothing that we can do. And of course there's something that you can do, you know? Get off your fucking ass, and you know what? This is what you do. Reposition yourself in another situation and say, okay, you know what? We're going to address it this way. Because when the black community comes together like the geese behind me, you know what? Change, everybody runs. It's disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting where I am. But you know what? I'm going to stop this video because, you know what? I think I think my battery is going down or whatever. But, I just wanted to thank you viewers for watching. And, everything is okay on my part. Um, but everything is not okay with sort of how you see how racialization comes out through systems. And when you actually look at the outcome of a very dysfunctional system, then of course I'll be the first one to say, you know what, people, we actually can't export the system because you know what, it doesn't work at home. So if something doesn't work at home, then why are you going to bring it on to others? So there's different ways to address things like this. Some people love it when we have our hands flailing and we're screaming, and then you see the action shots. And but what happens? Another black woman loses her fucking child. Another good black mother loses her fucking baby. To what? So that other people can make a fucking living. That's not right. That's not right. And not one in this fucking Canadian justice system has stepped up and said, you know what? Something is wrong here, people. One black mother is too much. Two is a crisis. And we're still operating in this model? Something is fucking wrong. Not one person has even stepped up and said, you know what? Why the fuck do we have these hiring policies where the police don't even look like the community? We have, for example, the Punjabi community that wear their turbans. What about the fucking black community that wear hair like mine? Not one person has actually spoke up about this in at least 50 years. These people are some fucking dumbasses in fucking this place called Urban Ontario. So, you know what? I'm going to also show you some more shit. And, for you people out there that are blaming the USA for all this bullshit, you know what? At least you see the bullshit in the USA. What you don't see is worse. And you know what? Thanks for watching this video and my videos. And feel free to comment. You know, I get some really fucked up comments. But you know what? I don't edit anything. I just leave it there. Because you know what? I want people to see some of the shit that we deal with. We're talking common sense here. But what the fuck is this? All this other stuff. So, you know, I don't know. Question this thing called racialization. Question this thing called difference of position. Question this thing called differential. And you know what? Don't censor anything. But you know what? Speak from your core. And you know, think about these situations. Some people are laughing at this because you know what? Another black woman's child dead is actually income for someone else. It's actually part of a fucking very sick economy. And you know what? Why do you have economies that are based on people's vulnerabilities? Look at this thing called, for example, racialization related to medicine. People are not sick. Everybody's fine. But you know what? Because of ignorance is related to things such as terms such as nigger and, you know, low self-esteem, you know, people can actually target people and say, hey, you know, that person has a mental health issue. And they take you into these places and they beat the shit out of you. It's not one person, it's hundreds. And you know what? There hasn't even been a class action lawsuit launched yet. Not one. So you know what? Thanks for watching. And, you know, your thoughts are always appreciated and your comments. Thank you.